Welcome. This is Jim Campanini, the author and co-host of Grapefully Yours wine podcast, and my co-host, the wine butler, Mike Pigeon, who's got my shirt on, the wine novice shirt, because he's getting right up there, boy. At these wine tastings we go to in Boston and stuff, he's asking the right questions. And drinking the right wines,
Getting the right answers.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think of my outfit today?
Oh, good to go. The pool's got to be open soon. Sit by there with us.
The weather has been just so, we've got 5 days of rain, no sunshine. Today I woke up and the sun was coming through the skylight a little. And I said, geez, this is the day we're going to break free of this whatever this weather pattern is,
The cannabis leaves in everybody's backyard are blooming, though. It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's good for the plants.
Well, it's good for the lawns, too, and everything else. But anything new going on in your life at all?
Nothing really. No, good news. No news is good news.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
just
still
waiting
rooting for the Red Sox, even though they're in last place?
I'm still a little sorrowful over the Bruins and the Celtics early exit, but whatever.
Well, the best way to break free and to build some good positive momentum is to talk about Italian wines.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And today, some people, have asked me about red wines and can you chill red wines? Well, yeah, rosé is a red wine you can chill. Sangria, which is an Italian, but that's, you serve that chilled. But mostly there's a Portuguese and Spanish wines because it's so hot in those countries. They do chill the wines. Now, they don't serve them cold like a Chardonnay. They put them in the refrigerator for about 15, 20 minutes. Just put a little chill on it. On a hot day, it's nice in that glass. But today we're going to talk about one Italian red wine that you can chill, okay? And it's from the province of Emilia-Romagna, which I don't know if you've been reading the news lately. The Emilia-Romagna province, which is just above Tuscany. It stretches from the Ligurian coast on the west coast all the way to the Veneto, where Venice is. It's got the Po Valley on the northeast corner, which is where you get your risotto, the rice. It's very, very, very fertile terrain. But it's been in the news lately because of the devastating floods in the mountains. There's been 10 billion euros worth of damage in the Emilia-Romagna, most of them in the mountain regions and the hillside towns. But I saw photos yesterday of some of the vineyards that have been totally devastated. They've had bud break, but now they're flooded. Okay, and the question now is how soon can those floodwaters recede? Because the worst thing that can happen, yes, while vines need water, an overabundance of water ruins the grapes, rots the vine, the roots of the vine, and that grape that you want to be small and concentrated. That's why it fights for moisture. Most of the time it's dry and arid in these areas. A little rainfall. Well, too much rain, water getting into those vines is going to plump up the grape. It's more watery than concentrated. So the good extract that makes the wine taste really really good and full of flavor and aromas, it's just diminished. So we're going to talk about Lambrusco, which is the famous wine of Emilia-Romagna. And let me see, I got my board here. So the grape is actually known as Lambrusco, and it's a family of grapes. There are 3 different kinds of Lambrusco grapes, varietals, okay? The style is done Frizzante, which is the bottle we have, which is a light sparkling wine, and then Spumante. You've had Spumante before. It's done like a champagne style, a little more bubbly, creamier. It's got a creamier finish. Okay, the Frizzante method is done basically in the tank. It doesn't go under that second bottle fermentation like you do with champagne, some other sparkling wines. Okay, and the province is Emilia Romagna. It is one of the wealthiest provinces in Italy. And what is the major city of Emilia Romagna? It's the food capital of Italy. So food is very, very important. They're very sensitive of food in Emilia Romagna. It's got a great,
Reggiano? No,
well, good, yeah. The
it could be anywhere in Italy. The food is so great.
no, but this is the cap. This sets the standard.
is it?
Bologna.
Bologna.
Okay, and then you get the Milano. Okay, but Bologna, that is known as the food capital. It sets the standard, the trend, the cuisine. But you're also right, is Parma. The city of Parma is located in Emilia Romagna. That's where you get the Parmesan cheese, the prosciutto, the very, very good prosciutto. So they love to eat. They have a lot of creamy, buttery pasta dishes, which goes expertly with Lambrusco, okay? Because the acidity in Lambrusco cuts through that fat and the butter and everything, and it's just a nice, nice taste, nice pairing. But you can also have Lambrusco with light pasta dishes. The Emilia Romagna is famous for, they're the ones who first put the ragu, the meat, in the sauce in Bologna and stuff. So there's a lot of history here, culinary history, and Lambrusco was really one of the top exports in Italy. And then in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, that sweet Lambrusco they put out, okay, wasn't of high quality. The sweetness fell out of favor. Now they've modernized the industry, new equipment, paid more attention to the grapes, and they've created a dry, aromatic, a tasty wine, that is more food friendly. So this is what we're going to have, and this comes right from the Reggiano DOC, where the Parma Reggiano comes from. So just think of this. They created the wine to go with the cheese, or did they create the cheese to go with the wine? The chicken or the egg? What came first?
I'd have to ask the sheep. I don't know.
Well, that's a good answer. And if they were Roman, like an ancient Roman, maybe you get the answer, because this wine dates back to almost the first century AD. Okay, and they've been drinking Lambrusco for a long, long time.
I don't believe I've ever had Lambrusco.
Yeah, it's not actually. I brought it to. I did a wine tasting for an Indian celebration. Okay,
Those
and
spicy foods and
spicy
well
foods,
with it.
curry.
Yeah.
Yes, Lambrusco is good with the Asian foods, spicy foods and stuff. It cuts right through it. It gives a little. It's got a nice palate taste. And so we're going to taste this. This now from Reggiano is a lighter and airy Lambrusco. Okay. Now the interesting thing here is that it comes from really nice terroir soils. The mesoclimate is Mediterranean stuff, and you should just be to turn the bottle. Put your hand on the cork, turn the bottle. Nice and easy. Nice little pop. Okay? So, very simple. So this is the Frizzante. It looks like a red wine. Look, it's bubbly and foamy. A good Lambrusco should have that nice pink foam at the top.
It is really dark.
Yeah. So I'm going to show. Can you see that? Can you see that pink foam? Yeah. That's Lambrusco. And you could smell the aromas. Very floral, cherry.
Loaded with cherry.
and yeah, hint of like a rustic.
Why is that bubbly foam? That's just the bubbles that are. I don't see them coming up from
No,
the
because
bottom.
this
But
is
it's all on top.
Frizzante style, which is
Okay.
a less intrusive than the
There
Spumante,
you
which
go.
is like champagne, the bubbling.
There you
So you
go.
don't see any bubbles, but you see the foam on
Yeah,
top.
confusing. Yeah, it looks
Now,
like a soft
breathe
drink.
in, smell it. It has a very, very
Distinctive.
aromatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, very distinctive.
Doesn't taste like a wine. It tastes like a candy drink. It's
Yes, very
very
good. It's
but loaded, which it's totally strawberry cherry,
strawberry
totally
cherry,
at a
very
high
good.
level.
I'm going to give you an A for today's class. You are unbelievable. No, but
And
you see, it refreshes. It doesn't have all that bubbly effervescence to it, but yet it still penetrates and gives you that nice uh, in the cherries and strawberries.
as soon as it hits your tongue, though, you know it's a bubbly. It
Yes,
does have
yes.
it's a
It's got
bubbly
good
note.
acidity, but it's not high acidity.
No.
You know, so and the interesting thing is that this would go with fettuccine. You know, and one of the big dishes in Emilia Romano. Have you ever seen the white noodles with the peas and then the little bacon bits or ham
Yeah,
parma,
sure.
parma prosciutto they break up in it? That is like one of the exquisite dishes in Emilia Romagna, and they serve the Lambrusco, but the Emiliani, that's what they call them. From see, Emilia Romagna is two province. There are two sections that are put together. One from Emilia Romagna. You get the Romanians below, the Emilians to the west and north. They come home from work like most of the times would have a sparkling wine, a little prosecco. They'd have this chilled, they'd have a little taste, watch the sunset, you know, or the kids out in the fields playing a little soccer. And um, Lambrusco is not an expensive wine. Okay, so this bottle costs $20. It's well made. It's about 90. When I checked it, this gets 90 points from Wine Enthusiast, which is pretty good. And the problem with this industry, which has really improved and revived itself. I mean, they sell a lot of Lambrusco naturally in Italy and in Europe. America, it was very, very dominant, like I said, in the 50s and 60s. That's when we also had the Portuguese wine lances and stuff like that. But it was sweet. And, the sweetness trend went out as dryness came in, and people were looking for less sugar, sugar oriented drinks and stuff. So this has done an all turnaround, and they've changed the quality of the viticulture, and now Emilia Romagna is one of the largest bulk wine producers in all of Italy. Matter of fact, 10% of the wines produced in Italy come from Emilia Romagna. Now, Italy has 20 wine provinces. That's a big when you consider Piedmont and Toscana and Veneto and Sicily, a huge area. So, and most of it is from the sale of Lambrusco.
I
So
just have a hard time getting used to the foam does
yeah,
not disperse. It stays there. It's even on the legs when you do that. It's the foam stays there. Unusual to me. Hard getting used to it
but
visually.
I like it because it's dry, but it's got that fruity flavor. So
Yeah.
it's not bitter,
No,
it's not
no.
tart. It's a nice refreshing quality to it.
Bittersweet almost. Not that's a word used other ways, but
Yeah.
it's sweetness, but it's not bitter, but it's got that tart a little bit too.
Now, someone said, "Oh, could you drink this with pizza?" And I said,
It's very sweet to me.
yeah. I said, well, you know, there's other wines, Chianti, you want with pizza and stuff like that. No, I wouldn't call this a pizza wine. This is a refreshing, a nice end of the day wine. It goes so well with food, you know, and especially that you've had Reggiano Parmigiano cheese, the chunks of it all, just the smell of it, sharp and stuff. Well, try it with this. I mean, it cuts right through it. It'll you smack your lips.
To me, it's almost more of a dessert wine because it's got that strong candy-ish taste to it.
It could go with
I
the
wouldn't want
sugared
pizza.
desserts, or you know, like those nice desserts that you and Judy bought me and Mary Lee with the strawberry filling in the middle
hearts,
and stuff. Yeah, the hearts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cannoli might even be good with the cheese in it.
yeah,
If it's the
so
right cannoli.
it's something to consider. They sell it Lambrusco. The thing is, you see a lot of it for $8.99. You go into liquor stores and stuff like that, $9. Okay. Be careful. You want to check the sugar levels. You do not want the sweet Lambrusco. Okay, you want the dry Lambrusco. So what do I tell you? How do you know it's dry? How do you know it's dry? You
By the level of alcohol on
That's
it.
right. That's right. So this has got 11.5% alcohol.
Low.
Yeah.
So-
The higher the alcohol level, the less sugar. This is medium. Okay. It does have a little fruity taste, but it's well positioned. It's right in the middle. Okay. So it's made with all organic grapes. This is the 2020 vintage, which is probably it's drinking well right now. Lambrusco should be drunk fresh and quick, so within 3 to 4 years of release. So this is right at its premium peak right now. Okay, and the bottle is beautiful. This is the concerto. Arti e Concerto, Art in Concert, right from the province of Reggiano, Lambrusco, and it's put out by Medici and Merte. I actually bought this at the Wine Connection, okay, which had a great deal at it on the time. I think it was $19.99. And like I said, the Patel family that had this for their wine tasting, it was their Christmas celebration. They raved about it. They loved it. So it was a good selection with all those spicy dishes, curry dishes.
That's the best thing, I think, to alert the viewer to be ready for that candied taste to it, as opposed to a mum bottle of sparkling wine made in this country where it's only $12 or less.
Yeah, I like it. I would give it a on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. I'd give this a 4.7, 4.8. You know? And that's not just because of the wine, because of the refreshing taste it has. Okay, and you can chill it, you know. But you want to have it with food. You want to have it with food. Okay, now we get a second wine here, which is one of Mike's favorites and also mine. Okay,
Produtto Barbaresco.
Barbaresco.
That's a fine wine. Yeah.
Now,
That's a fine wine.
yes, this is made from the Nebbiolo grape, one of Italy's most, if not the most noble red grape in all of Italy. It's from the Piedmont region, okay, just above Emilia-Romagna, okay, and it's the home of Barolo, one of Italy's most famous wines made from Nebbiolo grape.
And expensive.
And expensive, yes. So, when I started my collection of Barolo wines, and I was also trying to save for my retirement, I soon realized
Can't do both.
can't yet. So my wine instructor told me, have you ever had Barbaresco, which is also made from Nebbiolo, but it's known as, if Barolo is the king of Nebbiolo, Barbaresco is known as the queen, okay, of Nebbiolo. Because they're both done with the 100% Nebbiolo grape. Barolo is done. Barolo's terroir is just slightly different. They both have the same soil. They call it Tortonian soil, okay, which is stony and a nice mixture of clay in it, okay. But Barbarolo's soil is mixed with sandy. It's sandy. So what happens is the Nebbiolo grape is quick to bud, but late to ripen. The Barbaresco grapes, though, in the soil ripen much sooner than the Barolo. It's not as finicky. So when we say feminine, we don't want to diminish that. There are still powerful Barbaresco wines, which you've tasted.
Great.
Okay, but it's a little lighter, okay, meaning the texture. Okay, well, Barolo is big, powerful, robust. Barolo still has that nice power, but it's got a little more finesse. Okay,
Well
they're
put.
both well-aged wines. They live on and on. So this is a 2013. I opened the bottle a couple of weeks ago. I was just blown away by how it is matured.
And it ages very well.
Yes,
Barbaresco
yes.
can age for 20 years and still be good.
And the Produttori del Barbaresco is a cooperative, one of the oldest in Italy. It dates back to 1890. And they've made such great strides and improvements. I mean, this wine itself was rated 90 points, but I've got Barbarescos that's in my collection that are 94, 96. And if I were to put a cover over this wine next to a Barolo, you couldn't tell the difference. It's pale, like a pale ruby in the glass. It's not going to be as dark as this, but it's got all that nice aromatics and the chocolate, tobacco, tar, with the dark dark cherry juice. Now, why do you like Barbaresco so much?
I just love it. It's like my Caponetto, the Campanini, the Montepulciano, Vino Nobile.
Vino Nobile,
Yeah,
the Montepulciano.
they're just great wines. They're just great. When you open it and take your first sip, you say, "I'm really going to like this."
Yeah.
And you do. That's why it's just a go-to wine if you can afford it. And it's not that it's that expensive, but
No. So quality comes with a price. This is a DOCG wine, just like Barolo, which means it's the top tier of the Italian wine law for quality, meaning that has very demanding restrictions for the production of this. It has to be judged by a panel that it meets those specifications before it can be released. So it's on the same level as Barolo, Brunello, all those DOCG wines in Italy. The thing is, Barolo is comparatively less expensive than Barolo. I mean, Barolos can go from $50 all the way up to $1,000 a bottle. You're not going to pay that for Barbaresco. You can get them for
$54, I think that is right there.
yeah. But I bought this in 2013. The price was $42.
That was 2013. Yeah.
So it has. Actually, I bought it in 2015 because Barbaresco has to age for at least 28 months by law. So almost 2 years before it can be released. Barolo has to age for 38 months before it can be released. So the vintage date is always 2 years behind the release date. Okay. So, but you can get Barbarescos, like I say to people. You go to the New Hampshire liquor store when they have 15% off the sale prices. Do dollar cost averaging. Pick up a couple of bottles of $40 Barolo, mix and match with your $15 wines. You end up paying per average for every bottle, 12 bottles, like about $15, $16, $17, and then you get 2 premium bottles, right?
And when you open them, you're always going to be satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Always.
So by comparison, you could drink Lambrusco with white, creamy butter sauces, pasta wines. You definitely want Barbaresco with red meats.
Yep.
Okay? The veal, osso buco, Fiorentina steak. a pasta with a rich ragu sauce, meatballs,
Great
sausages.
meatballs.
Yes,
Red
yes.
sauce.
I mean, this wine is it's got firm, but they're not harsh tannins, but it's got a nice acidity level. It's going to cut through the sauces, and it's got a velvety texture when it's aged well. So if you were going to buy Barbaresco now, the I think the 2017 18s right up to the 20s, good values right now, and you can look online at the New Hampshire liquor store and see what they have. The only with New Hampshire, they don't tell you the vintage on the bottles on their website. You have to go into the store and look at it, hunt them down and stuff. But for those people who want a good introduction to the classic noble wines of northern Italy, Barbaresco is your one because it comes from the Langhe, which is the region where these exquisite red wines, Barolo, Barbaresco, D'Alba, Barbera d'Alba, all come from Dolcetto. So it's a great wine to open up your horizons.
Yep. Very good.
Anything to add? Teddy tells us that we're almost up out of time here, Mike.
No, I just it's just getting used to that foam sitting on top. It doesn't, and the color of it, it's there that it's different. It's yeah. Well, it's something else to try.
Hopefully next week we're going to have my twin brother John, who is the king of Zin in Rhode Island. He makes his own homemade Zinfandel. He's had 8 vintages of it. It's won all kinds of local awards, he tells me. His members, where he lives on the street, they give it A rating. That must be the award or something, But no, it is a very, very exquisite wine. Mike's tried it. I've got a couple of bottles in my cellar. So we're hoping to get John to come up to Lowell next week. If not, hopefully we can have him remote and talk about how, if you're interested in making your own homemade wine, I mean, he's got quite a process. The equipment is done at a regular winery and stuff. So, but he's got a team that works with him, and it's a great event because when he makes it, crushes the grapes, we go down there. He's got a food truck. We eat sandwiches, have a nice Italian dinner when we go through the process of crushing the grapes, starting the fermentation process. It's a fun time, and he'll explain all that to us. So until next week, may the wine be with you.
May the wine be with you. Cheers.